The first meal deal was launched in the UK by Boots in 1999. They're very proud of that fact, and the idea was fairly simple. Take the very popular packaged sandwich industry and combine it with crisps and a drink to make a fixed meal deal reminiscent of fast food. The idea was very popular with consumers who could pick any sandwich, any drink, and any crisp they like for a fixed price, and so the idea has since expanded, not just in terms of the scale of what a snack or a drink can include, but also in terms of the number of supermarkets offering one. Now there are many chain supermarkets all across this country offering meal deals. It's become a part of our culture, and every single teenager has had some deep experience of having these every single day, but has also at some point probably had the question of who has the best value meal deal. There's a Tesco meal deal, there's a Boots meal deal, there's even a Waitrose meal deal apparently now. Which of these meal deals offers the best value if you buy the most expensive item from each of the categories? And then more importantly, how good is that meal deal? We'll be going through each of these supermarkets today and working out exactly how that is, starting here with Boots. What is the most expensive sandwich at Boots? It's definitely not a £1.50 egg mayo sandwich, because this is included in the meal deal, but also included are all of these things. I can get an East Deli sandwich, £3.50 by itself, but it also comes as part of the meal deal. Okay, I've come through every single sandwich option, every single drink option, and every single side option. This is the most expensive sandwich. You might think that the most expensive thing you can buy here is a Kind bar, but actually included in the meal deal are these £3.55 mints, which means I guess I'm getting them. Now, at the checkout with my most expensive ingredients, very confusing that mints are included, I scan, and it tells me this sandwich would cost me £3.50, and this drink would cost me £2. Oh, exactly, it said £2.50. You know what, it lies to you apparently. And then these mints should cost me £3.65, but get this, it goes into lunch, and it becomes EAL. What do you think EAL means? It becomes an eel when you combine them together, which is the beauty of the meal deal. And so now, what we can do is we can pay. So before we pay, we put our Advantage card in, and it goes a little down. All of these deals, a lot of these deals do get cheaper with a particular card, and I just have to pay £4.50 for £9.05 worth of sandwiches, which is more than half the value. And now I have floor sandwich, a protein shake, and some mints. In what world is this a snack though? That's my only question. But yeah, I'm gonna go to all of the rest of these supermarkets now in order, and in London that does take a little bit of doing, but I'm gonna be going there and we're gonna be seeing what the best meal deal they have to offer is in terms of value alone, because you know I'm a value thing, this is not the way out. We'll start with Sainsbury's, where the meal deal costs £3.50. This coffee is really hot. But yeah, getting a Starbucks drink is a pretty cool thing as just the drink and a meal deal. And yeah, just for a bit of methodology, I realized that there were lots of things that cost exactly £3 in Sainsbury's. So when there are multiple things with the same price, we'll try to go to the closest for a traditional meal deal. So a bao or a wrap is slightly less traditional than a sandwich, even though I don't know what I think about beef and horseradish, but this is the most expensive sandwich at Sainsbury's, a very big Sainsbury's with a very small meal deal section. But next up, Tesco. Next up is Tesco, which has long been king of the cheap meal deal, keeping their meal deal at £3 when all of their competitors faltered, but that has changed recently, as we'll discover when we go in. It's £3.90 for a meal deal now. Can you believe that? £3.90. It's £3.40 of a club card, but still, too much. Sandwiches were so much cheaper there, but everything else was much more expensive. So I think this worked out to a better deal, and apparently it's fake meat all day breakfast. That's gonna be fun. But a smoothie and a £2 protein bar that probably I wouldn't ever pay £2 for. But I'm excited to try this one after we go to the next closest equivalent, because Tesco and Sainsbury's are about the same league. There's a little bit of a dip down to Morrisons, but I bet that means they have to try extra hard with their meal deal. That's the theory at least. Let's go there now. Yeah, I've never actually been to a Morrisons for the meal deal. I've never really been to a Morrisons at all. I never had one in my town growing up, and why would you travel for one? And so they might actually surprise me. They can have the best or the worst. I have no real world experience. I've had hundreds of Tesco meal deals, dozens of Boots and Sainsbury's ones, but zero from Morrisons. So let's find out. I'm excited. It genuinely is always a fun time coming to a supermarket for the first time. I don't even know where to look for the meal deals. Like, yeah, I do. They're right out there. Wait, you need a Morrisons card? I'm gonna sign up for a Morrisons card for a single internet video. I was so excited for Morrisons, but if you actually look around it, you've got everything lined up wrong on price. This is a £3.50 salmon and avocado Californian roll, except no, it's not. I think they're lying to me. This is a £3.50 best New York deli sandwich. Oh wait, there it is actually. There's loads of things misaligned. Over here, this is the saddest snack section, but there's no prices, so I'm just going to blind guess that these, they say they're $1.25. Is this the best value? I am going to have a hard time at Morrisons, let me tell you. It's like if you wanted to go to Aldi and Lidl, but without low prices, just low quality. Except those places actually are really decent, so imagine if you wanted low prices, but not because, you know, they do better organization or logistics. They just want everything to be worse across the board. Morrisons. Maybe this is just a bad Morrisons, but I was the least impressed by this. Not just because things were in the wrong places, everything was everywhere incoherently, but also because the most expensive main, it doesn't tell you anywhere on it, because it is the best sandwich, it costs 50p more for the sandwich, so now the meal deal costs 50p more. The whole point of the meal deal is you pay one price regardless of what you get. If you want to charge more for a meal deal, make a separate section. But I feel like this is a little bit of a sleazy, maybe in this one it's just poorly labeled, maybe it's very well labeled everywhere else, but Morrisons has not won me over, besides maybe what looks like it could be a delicious protein yogurt. So yeah, I've got another smoothie, I've got a delicious sandwich, and maybe a delicious yogurt, but value wise, yeah, not so big a fan. £4.50. £4.50. Next up, we have Waitrose, who I technically have never had a meal deal from before because they just introduced it. It costs £5, which only really, I guess, makes sense because it's Waitrose and they're high end, but this meal deal better deliver if they're going to charge that much more than the competition. Let's find out if it's any good. Yeah, I was excited for this one.
Would like to remind you to please
keep your phone away.
And keep mobile phones out of sight when not being used.
Finding big stores in central London is hard, and I guess the trade-off is you be in a big shopping centre where you get announcements about keeping your phone away because maybe someone steals them. But speaking of being stolen from, I feel like the Waitrose meal deal was the least fun of all of them. They do have some decently, you know, like posh stuff or whatever, but like £5, I felt like they were going to give me £5. They just gave me a £3.50 meal deal with a sticker on it that said £5. But maybe M&S will be different because Waitrose is the classiest of these standard supermarkets, but M&S is a step above, both in terms of price and usually quality. Let's see if that's the case. It's on the other end of this shopping centre. We're in Stratford right now, so let's go for a walk. In the same way that Boots is a chemist that just happens to have food in a meal deal, M&S is the same. It's a clothing store that expanded into food, and now people love it for the food because it is, generally speaking, higher quality and also higher in the thing that you pay for that quality. Let's see what their meal deal is like. I genuinely have no idea. I shop here, like, you know, once every few weeks whenever I'm going through a train station, but I've never seen a meal deal, so we'll find out what that's like. So it turns out the reason I don't know about the meal deals at M&S is because they don't actually have one. And I was sure at some point I'd seen an M&S meal deal, and so I had to Google it. Apparently this is the M&S meal deal, but it is only at franchise stores. And first of all, I didn't know M&S was a franchise, nor do I know if there is any meaningful way to distinguish between it. And so if you want to buy yourself a sandwich, some crisps, and a drink, you pay full price. You get a 0% discount. And so by default, I think M&S loses this by not having a consistent meal deal. If you can't go into a store knowing that just because it says M&S on the outside that it isn't M&S, then I think that's a failure. Imagine going into Burger King, they're like, yeah, we don't do burgers here, we're a falafel place. You gotta go to the franchise Burger King if you want to get like the fries and the drinks. You'd be rightfully confused, I think. Anyway, let's go to the next real place, which I believe the last one left to do is Co-op. This has taken a surprising number of hours, by the way, but I'm now going into Co-op. A surprisingly large Co-op. Look at the size of this. It goes all the way up there. But this should be the best selection, which is the whole point of this challenge, the best value meal deal that you can find in the largest possible supermarket. Let's see what Co-op has. This feels mislabeled, but the snack is a Cornish pasty here. Okay, I'll take it. And so here it is, every single meal deal from a major nationwide chain in the United Kingdom. I am excited. I'm also pretty excited to see the actual differences. I thought there'd be some weak ones and strong ones, but honestly, looking at all of these numbers, you can actually see that you get good value of a meal deal no matter where you go. The worst value is at Morrisons, where all you get is £3.30 saving, and the best value by pure number is at Waitrose, against what my feeling says, where you get £4.70 of value from ordering this as a meal deal as opposed to individual items. And I think there's a lot of individual analysis we have have to do, but something that's much more important is working out how good these sandwiches are. What's the point in having a fancy sandwich that costs £4.50 and getting that reduced if a £4.50 sandwich isn't any good? So I'm going to be giving each of these just a little bit of a try. First things first, New York deli style pastrami. That's a good type of sandwich. It's the best one, so it's in the more expensive meal deal. We have, for our calculations, assumed that you'd have a Morrisons card, because in my day-to-day life, I have a Tesco Club card, I have a Co-op card, I have a Boots Advantage card. I'm a big believer in get the card to save money, but I didn't have one at Morrisons, so we just assume the price works that way. £3.30 saved is not that great, but if it's the best sandwich, then... You can see looking at the pickle, that is fresh and that is good. This looks the cheapest of all the sandwiches. I'm shocked to see it in the best meal deal. But actually, I love packaged sandwiches so much. To be fair, this might not be the best, but it's pretty darn good so far. So, well, actually, no matter what it is, even if it's bad, it's still technically the best. Then we have, I guess, we also have a little bit of a yogurt. We got a protein pudding here too. I'm excited to use it. Whether it's the best or not doesn't necessarily matter because it comes with this protein pudding. I mean, obviously, a protein pudding sounds pretty good. And the fact that it's chocolate, oh, it's weird. It's like jelly consistency, but it's almost yogurty. Okay, this tastes like those random chocolate dessert puddings you get normally. The fact that you can have this and it's technically a protein option and it's not horrific for you in terms of calories, yeah, honestly, as a meal deal snack, I get this if I was feeling healthy. Otherwise, I think even though this costs the highest amount, I would just get a bag of crisps instead. So, honestly, protein yogurt, protein dessert, protein pudding, I guess, is not that great. A smoothie, on the other hand, when I used to buy these meal deals every day for lunch, the smoothie was always the best option. And you can see, looking across here, like the smoothie has come up time and time again. And it's funny because when I used to have these during college, they would be much bigger bottles. So clearly the smoothie is so popular as a meal deal option, they've had to reduce the amount they give. But it is very good. It's I feel like it maybe isn't the strongest of smoothies we'll have today, but we'll confirm that after we go through my beef and horseradish sandwich. So this was a really surprising one to me. Like, beef and horseradish sounds like, I don't know why I can't say horseradish, by the way. This is the second time I've made that mistake. Beef and horseradish is... do I have a speech impediment just for horseradish? Anyway, so the interesting thing here is this sandwich looks cheap. This looks like one you'd get for £1.50 and be happy with, but it's the most expensive sandwich, so either Sainsbury's are fiddling the numbers on their meal deals to trick people like me, or this has to be really good. There was no beef in that bite. I paid £3, £3.50 even, and I got myself a horseradish sandwich. Not that great. I'm going to try to get a really beefy bite and kind of balance it out now. It's good. It is a nice mix, honestly. When the sandwich is mixed together, great. This is a good sandwich. I like it. Honestly, most expensive, feels about wrong. However, it comes with a chocolate bar. This, to me, has good value. Tony's Chocolaroni is like one of those expensive chocolate bars that's so good every time you get them. But, you know, you also think to yourself, like, should I be spending this much on chocolate? When it's in a meal deal, it's effectively free. The sandwich is most of the meal deal price. Your Starbucks covers the rest. Oh, by the way, oh, I love my coffee. I had to buy this for coffee reasons, but I actually just, like, I drank some. I tried my best to get through it. I had to pour it out just so it wouldn't ruin up my backpack. Wish I just got an orange juice. But this was best value. And so how was the Tony's Chocolaroni? It's got the little flakes mixed in there. Salted caramel is a very overdone flavor, I have to say. But it's for a reason. It's for a reason. Sainsbury's, thumbs up. So far, the ordering of the quality definitely has to be Sainsbury's first, Morrisons second. I like that Morrisons sandwich, but this is much better on the other things. Starbucks is not the way to go, though. If you love coffee, this isn't real Starbucks. It's a coffee machine that has a Starbucks logo on. This has a £3 value, but just get a smoothie, or get yourself an orange juice, or get yourself literally anything else. You get giant cans of Red Bull included in the meal deal. Sainsbury's weeks out a bit on their snacks and their mains, but they give you crazy value on the drinks. Tesco, on the other hand, kind of feels like a similar vibe. The most expensive sandwich was this vegan Plant Chef all-day breakfast, I do love a good vegan sandwich. The interesting thing about this one is the fact that an all-day breakfast sandwich is usually one of those like traditionally cheap ones. So to have it like look like this, look like a full all-day breakfast sandwich, but then also be expensive is interesting. Will it be matched in the quality? I mean, it's not going to be real eggs or sausages. Will it be real ketchup? Let's find out. It's one of those. I got a very tomatoey bite there, but that works really well. That's a legit breakfast sandwich. That feels like something you might make yourself. I don't know how those eggs tasted anything like eggs. Maybe I just don't like the taste of eggs, and that's perfectly great. So as far as sandwich goes, pretty good. This is a protein bar, not the only protein bar today. This thing costs £2 at Tesco, which is interesting. And I guess I'll mention it when we get down to Waitrose. But this is an interesting item we kept seeing today, and I think you might find that interesting when we talk about pricing. But for now, how is it? Honestly, it doesn't look appetizing to me. I like chocolate and hazelnut. How is this really going to be, though? Oh, okay. It's got... So protein bars have weird consistencies, right? This is the weirdest of anything I've had in a while. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Not the greatest. The smoothie, on the other hand, a little bit of a different thing. Mango machine. Wait, is it mango machine? Gold machine. Passion fruit, mango, and guava. This sounds a bit tastier, but it is technically, I believe you could get either of these naked smoothies in either of the meal deals. It's funny, I had an American visit once, and it was like, yeah, naked smoothies. Those are like so expensive back home. To my mind, they're like, yeah, they are the thing you get in meal deals. They're the meal deal drink. They're ridiculously cheap because they're usually free. It doesn't taste free though. It tastes really good. So I'll give. Oh, to be fair, the drink preference you could probably get either one of these at either one of these stores. But this is a good drink, and to just get it when you're already spending this much on a sandwich, it's Value Town. Speaking of Value Town, Co-op has a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich as their most expensive. This feels again. I feel like a BLT is not an expensive sandwich. It shouldn't cost you £3, but it does at Co-op. You could get look, this is a fancy smoothie. Great taste, Mockingbird. I think these are really good. And then you get, for a side, the Cornish pasty. This felt like it was a mistake, but no, it went through the tills just fine. For a side, again, you get what do you get? You get a chocolate bar at Sainsbury's. You get a pot of mousse, or you get a protein bar. Look at the size of these things. You get a whole Cornish pasty. How am I meant to review a Cornish pasty as a snack? Genuinely, not at all, apparently. I feel like there might be more food here than in the main. Let me know what you think. Is this a side, or is the sandwich the side at this point? I don't really think you can review this. It's a Cornish pasty. You love it or you hate it. It's good, though. I like Ginster's, very solid brand. On the other hand, we have this BLT sandwich. I like BLT, but it's usually not a super premium sandwich. If this is really good bacon, lettuce, tomato, if I feel like this is the best one I've had, I'll give it some points there. However... That lettuce is very fresh. Yeah. That is what I'm talking about, actually. Yeah. Okay. Every sandwich so far has beaten the one before it, besides Sainsbury's. This is the sandwich you want. This is my favorite so far. And looking at the future sandwiches, might be the best of the collection. We also got a Mockingbird smoothie. These are expensive smoothies. You can buy the big bottles for about £4. So getting a small one for £2.80 is more than you would ever pay. But again, you get it for free, air quotes, it's the side of a meal deal. You get it at a subsidized price. And at this price, and this taste, heck yeah, that is something. I think Co-op. So far, best meal deal. And I haven't even mentioned there's a whole Cornish pasty. This is another meal. This is a meal deal because you eat 2 meals worth of food for the price of one. Next up, Boots is the best in terms of, I would say, overall. When you look at not just the price difference, but you look at it as a percentage of the overall price, you get more than double your value at Boots. Let me confirm that, actually. Yeah, you get more than double the value at Boots. You spend $4.50, but you get £9 worth of stuff. But you also get the least cohesive meal in the world. You get a triple sandwich, which is great. And then for your drink, you get this protein shake. These are kind of like chocolate milkshakes, so I guess you could argue These two things are cohesive. Oh, that does not taste like a chocolate milkshake. It is a low-calorie one, but it tastes like chocolate water. So you get chocolate water, you get 3 sandwiches. They're all 3 different sandwiches. I don't know if I can take a bite from them all. I can tell you, though, when I was in college, the Boots meal deal was the one I used to arrive on being the best. And I'd eat these triple chicken sandwiches every day and be like, man, I would prefer another sandwich, but you get 3 of them, and it costs this much, it makes the most savings. So I like them, they're all pretty decent, but I'm not going to give you a bite right now, just because it would be one of the 3, but it is, actually, no, I have to, sorry, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for the chicken and stuffing sandwich. It's my favorite of the 3, they're very thin bread to fit in the same size packet, by the way, but we're going to go for a chicken and stuffing sandwich. Better than Sainsbury's, worse than these two, not by as much as you'd expect, given that you get 3 of these. So my meal, if I go to Boots, consists of 3 of... this is a very messy way of putting them away, but it consists of these 2 things together, and then my favourite side, the one I would eat so often, mince. I don't know how you're meant to eat mince as a side for your thing. What is it doing in the snack section? This is what I mean when I say meal deals have come too far. Like, every supermarket is trying to work out, like, how do we lure people in? What's the best thing? And Boots has the most insane variety of things that count. Do you want to have a bowl of poke? Do you want to have sushi? Do you want to have a giant bowl of fruit as your main? Sure, go for it. Do you want a protein bar as a snack? Do you want crisps? Do you want a regular chocolate bar? Yeah, go for it. The fact that the snack can range from a packet of mince to a Cornish pasty is insanity. But, yeah, to have one of these... They're good mints. I guess there is enough nutritional value in this whole thing. There's about 250 calories that you could have it as a snack. So I guess I've got to do that right now. Let's just... Oh, yeah. This is a snack right here. I'll have this with my chocolate milkshake to wash it down. So good. So ridiculously good. Had to do it for the funny thing. Oh, my mouth is so minty. It's so minty. Oh, what better to wash out all the mints that you have than perhaps a mockingbird smoothie from Waitrose? Yep, good smoothie. Really, really good. So, I'm going to be honest with you, my taste buds are a little dead, but this is the better flavor of smoothie, I can tell through all of that, than this one. So, best drink of the meal deal so far is going to Waitrose. Will the best snack go to Waitrose? I mean, I don't know. Is it going to be able to beat a Cornish pasty? Is it going to be able to beat the mouthful of mint? I've never been so minted before. I didn't realize you could be this minty. You figure it'd be like mouthwash, right? It's just like minty everywhere. Imagine mouthwash times 12. I've been mouth deep cleaned or mouth pressure washed, I guess, with mint pressure wash. So, it's the same brand. This one is so much better. If you're going for a meal deal, go for the salted caramel one. It actually is. It's a vitamin and protein bar. It actually tastes good. It's got real caramel in there. I'd show you it, but I'm not sure if you're meant to show half-eaten food on camera. What you are meant to show, though, is this, the most expensive sandwich of the day, £4.50. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I would look at this sandwich normally and go, not sure about that. But because it was the most expensive, I say, let's go for it. If this sandwich cost £2 and it was reduced, maybe I'd be interested. At this price point, I'm interested solely for the video, but it does actually look pretty good. Give that a look right there. This looks like the most real sandwich, like a place that you go to a real sandwich place for. And to be fair, packaged sandwiches are like a tier below what you'd make at home or something like that. But the convenience and the taste for the price is just too good. And is this going to be the best, most convenient, price, most efficient? Let's find out with this bite right now. It says steak and caramelized onion cut chutney. Whenever anything says steak, they just mean beef. There's no real distinction between steak and beef, but this tastes like steak. The bread is so soft. Yeah. This is next level. This makes all the other supermarket sandwiches look like they are from an inferior place. You could warm this up a little bit, put it on a plate, serve it with some nice dressing, and be like, yeah, this is a fancy restaurant we're at right now. That is so well put together. The moment I'm done recording, I'm finishing the sandwich all the way through. I guess all of the other sandwiches too. But I'm starting with this one. Okay, that is a surprise to me. My instinct going into this was that Boots was going to be a clear winner. My instinct is that Boots is the king of Value Town and that Sainsbury's would be the weakest. But looking actually at it, Sainsbury's did surprisingly well. If you get a better sandwich, you might have a good time with Sainsbury's. I think Morrisons did pretty well besides their signage. So I think if we're trying to rate them at the end right here, I think that I would have to go 1. I would have to go 2 for Co-op. Co-op's really surprisingly solid. I'm going to go 3 for Tesco. Going to come back to 4 for Boots. Actually, no, if we're rating the meal deal as it is, mince is not a side, Boots. Why do you... What sort of a meal deal is that? So we'll bring Boots down, and we'll have to put Morrisons at 4, Boots at 5, and then Sainsbury's at 6. If only because we're rating it how it is. There, you can get orange juice, but Starbucks is more expensive, and that's what you're getting if you're maximizing value. If you're trying to actually consider not just the most expensive one, but what is the best meal deal overall, I like the Boots selection. The fact that you can have minces aside doesn't mean you have to, but the day where you really want to buy mince and they cost £3.65 means that you just get a free sandwich and a drink for, the extra 85p. Wait, 95p. 85p, no, I got it right the first time. The fact, I would say that makes the Boots the best meal deal for versatility. I think the fact that you get this steak and onion sandwich, and you can get a decent smoothie, you can also get giant Red Bulls, and you get a protein bar, that feels like a high-quality lunch for a $5. So that might be best value if you're blind to cost. You just want to get a meal deal, although if you're blind to cost, you could probably go elsewhere. And as far as the best surprise, I think the Morrisons sandwich is the best surprise, and the best surprise in terms of what you expect versus what you get is Co-op. Co-op is a very overpriced convenience store that masquerades as like a alternative to the rest of these. But when it comes to the meal deal, they have one of the newest entrants, but they take it seriously, and I like that a lot. Tesco and Sainsbury's have been resting on their laurels. They're a little lower down than you'd like to see them. I used to think Tesco was so great, but they raised the prices, and apparently they lowered the quality at the same time, and so that is my overall take right here. I think that if you want to... but I also think, okay, also to be said, even looking at all these numbers and all these prices, we got the best value from each of these places, but value is relative. If you don't value these mints at £3.65 because you don't want to be mouth pressure washed, then honestly, this might not be the best deal. And in fact, the fact that these, both Sainsbury's and Waitrose came with the same fulfill bar, it cost £2 at Sainsbury's, it was £2.40 at Waitrose, it was £2.20 at M&S, but wasn't included in any meal deal, it was £2.10 at Morrisons, but also not in the meal deal. The fact that different things are and aren't in meal deals and have different prices means that can you really compare these sandwiches? If I like this sandwich the best, would it matter that it cost £1.50 or £4.50? If I don't like this sandwich, does it matter if it costs £3.50 or £1.50? Almost everything actually comes down to your own personal judgment. This is just the overall thing. But from that overall thing, I think I'm a Waitrose person. Have I become middle class without knowing it? This is terrible. I'll have to take another holiday to the Mediterranean and then send my kids to private school just to get over this one, honestly. Maybe that's upper class. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've got a lot of food to eat now, so I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, because I'm going to enjoy the rest of mine. I'll see you next time. Subscribe to the third channel to see more weird tidbits of British culture like this. Goodbye. So good.